Hello friends, and welcome to Red vs. Blue News. So earlier tonight, Tucker Carlson had on GOP Republican Matt Gaetz, who is reportedly under DOJ investigation for possible sex trafficking of a 17-year-old. And here's part of that interview.
Instead, we've invited Congressman Gaetz on the show to respond to these stories and give us his view of them. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate it. So this is obviously a serious allegation. Tell us what the truth is from your perspective.
It is a horrible allegation, and it is a lie. The New York Times is running a story that I have traveled with a 17-year-old woman, and that is verifiably false. People can look at my travel records and see that that is not the case. What is happening is an extortion of me and my family involving a former Department of Justice official. On March 16th, my father got a text message demanding a meeting wherein a person demanded $25 million in exchange for making horrible sex trafficking allegations against me go away. Our family was so troubled by that, we went to the local FBI. And the FBI and the Department of Justice were so concerned about this attempted extortion of a member of Congress that they asked my dad to wear a wire, which he did with the former Department of Justice official. Tonight, I am demanding that the Department of Justice and the FBI release the audio recordings that were made under their supervision and at their direction, which will prove my innocence and that will show that these allegations aren't true. They're merely intended to try to bleed my family out of money. And this former Department of Justice official tomorrow was supposed to be contacted by my father so that specific instructions could be given regarding the wiring of $4.5 million as a down payment on this bribe. I don't think it's a coincidence that tonight, somehow, the New York Times is leaking this information, smearing me, and ruining the investigation that would likely result in one of the former colleagues of the current DOJ being brought to justice for trying to extort me and my family.
Now that interview took place just hours after the story broke about Matt Gaetz, and Tucker Carlson ended up calling it one of the weirdest interviews he had ever had. And this article from the Wrap reports, Tucker Carlson tosses Matt Gaetz under the bus after sex accusation denial. I don't think that clarified much, Tucker Carlson said. During the interview with Carlson, Gaetz reiterated his claim that his father was contacted by a former Department of Justice official who tried to extort $25 million from him in return for making sex trafficking allegations go away. Then Gaetz appeared to stun Carlson when he said, "I'm not the only person on screen right now who's been falsely accused of a terrible sex act. You were accused of something you did not do, so you know what this feels like." Carlson waited for Gaetz to finish his point before he responded. "You just referred to a mentally ill viewer who accused me of a sex crime 20 years ago. And of course, it was not true. I never met this person, but I do agree with you. Being accused falsely is one of the worst things that can happen." Well, I'm sure for the most part, liberal media will consider him guilty before innocent, and that the woman must be believed before any facts come out. And I bet CNN is frothing at the mouth over this story right now. Well, I'll keep this report short because not many facts are out, but thank you for listening, and stay tuned for another episode of Red vs. Blue News.